A Poly Classic Craftsman tapered column can be installed easily and safely by becoming familiar with the instructions before you begin. This instructional DVD will help you in this process. For your first step, measure the opening from the floor to the beam or soffit. This will give you the overall opening measurement. Next, take the shaft pieces and trim them 2 1/4 inches shorter than your opening. This allows 2 inches total for the cap and base and 1/4 inch for expansion. If you are not using the cap and base, only cut off 1/4 inch from the shaft piece, as the cap and base are 1 inch each. Always trim from the bottom only. The top is marked. This is only for the tapered columns with standard caps and bases. If you are using the Tuscan cap and base or a non-tapered column, you will only cut the shaft piece 1/4 inch shorter. If you are using screws, pre-drill and countersink all the panels only on edges 3 and 4 as shown here. Installing on the other edges will result in open seams. Lay the panels flat and pre-drill the edges. Apply adhesive to the center joints. A bond and structural adhesive or polyurethane glue is recommended. Follow the manufacturer's instructions. After the application of the glue, slide the first joint together. Next, push the second joint closed. Without gluing, lay the final panel on top of the assembled column, keeping the first 2 joints square. This acts as a guide while you screw the first 3 panels together. If you are using the base, slide the 3/4 base around the upright post. Glue the 1/4 piece of the base to the 3/4 base using the supplied biscuits. Center and attach the base to the floor or pedestal with appropriate fasteners. Measure and cut 4 2x4s at 45-degree angles with a miter saw, creating an inner support for the base of the column to be attached to. If you are not using the base, measure and cut 4 2x4s at 45-degree angles, creating an inner support for the base of the column to be attached to. Slide the assembled 3-panel column around the support pole on top of the base or around the 2x4 support. To assemble the final panel, pre-drill the edges, apply adhesive, and lock it into place on the column using the Easy Lock joint. Screw or nail to secure the panel. Slide the assembled 3-piece cap into place on top of the column. Glue the remaining 1/4 cap piece and slide it into place. Pin nail the cap piece to the top of the column. The column must not be allowed to collect water or debris. If the top of the column extends beyond the soffit or beam, the cap must be flashed with lead, copper, or aluminum to prevent accumulation. Using a miter saw, cut the base trim pieces to fit around the bottom of the column. Use the column shaft to mark cut lines for the miter edges. For best results, cut long, working your way shorter. Apply adhesive to molding and pin nail it into place. Finish with latex caulking compound to fill in any gaps and nail or screw holes. Before applying paint, clean the surface of the column with a cleaner recommended by the paint manufacturer. Cover with 2